To add a new customer entity, you can choose the Create Entity option on the menu screen, or you can open the CRM module to select the Add New Entity Quick Link option. This will open a search screen. Entering the entity's information here looks for duplicates. This is important so that you don't have the same prospect entered more than once. If the entity already exists, you may click over the name in the list shown, then choose to open the record. If you have entered the information and no duplicate is found, select the Create New button to open a new profile. This will carry across the information that you entered in the search screen to the new profile. The entity number is automatically generated and unique. This can be changed if you're entering a company, supplier, or bank if you want. The company number or location is generated based on the location that this user is logged into when adding the entity. When viewing a prospect's profile using Expanded View, there is a section to allow entry of one or more addresses for the customer. Expand or contract the address section by clicking the arrow button to the right side of the section title. You can add addresses by clicking the Add button to the right, then select the button to summarize the entity details when you have finished entering the entity information. The different tabs lower on the entity profile can be used to enter various information about the entity. When adding a prospect or customer, the Lead Info tab is used to enter lead information about them, like how they have contacted the dealership. Choose the customer's temperature. If you mark their temperature as hot, they will show in your Hot Contacts list. The temperature can be different for each person who speaks with the prospect. Enter a next callback date for the prospect to show in your Need to Contact list on that date. Select a category for the customer if you have set up categories for your prospects. The categories are created in the App Settings section, then show in this drop-down. Assign a primary salesperson by choosing them in the Primary Sales Contact field. Alternatively, you can click the Rotation button to be able to choose a rotation, then designate the salesperson. You can mark a new customer as a new contact here, which will show the customer in your New Contacts list on the main CRM screen. Add the lead source. The lead type usually answers the question of, how did they contact us for this customer? If your dealership's leads are coming from email integration, the program can automatically fill in the lead type and advertising lead information. Choose the advertising source. Advertising sources answer the question of, what inspired them to contact us? Select the sales campaign. If the customer came from a specific sales campaign or email, you can select it from the drop-down. These fields are used with reporting to find the efficacy of different marketing programs. The checkboxes lower on the Lead Info tab are a condensed process that works with reporting in Motility Anywhere to track prospect progression and set the customer contact preferences. If the customer does not want to accept phone calls or emails, you can mark the applicable option. The Show as Prospect box is checked by default. You should, in most cases, leave this box checked. Choose the Unit Preferences tab. This will help identify the customer's interests. Enter any specifics about the unit or units that the customer is seeking. You can also add a stock number for a specific unit. You can add more than one unit preference by choosing the Add Prospect Preference button to the left. If you accidentally add a unit, click the Delete Unit button in the lower right. After entering unit preferences, you can click the Match Vehicle button to search for matches in your company's available units. If the prospect has a trade unit, open the Trade tab. Click the Add Prospect Trade button on the left side of the screen to add information about the prospect's trade. Adding information here will let you transfer this information to a quote seamlessly. You can add more than one trade by choosing the Add Prospect Trade button to the left. If you need to remove a trade unit, click the Delete Unit button in the lower right. If the prospect will have a co-buyer, open the Co-buyers tab. Search for the co-buyer by clicking the magnifying glass. This opens a screen similar to when you entered the prospect, allowing you to enter the co-buyer's name to minimize duplication. If the co-buyer already exists in your program, highlight the row in the table and choose the Add Buyer button. If they do not already exist, select the Add Buyer button. Click the Copy Address button to copy the prospect's address to the co-buyer if you verify they live at the same address as the primary prospect. If the customer has a current unit that was bought elsewhere and is not being used as a trade, you can enter it into the Vehicles tab. This is where you will enter in units that were purchased elsewhere for tracking in Services. Now that the customer entity has been entered, we'll go back to the Lead Info tab and choose to start a new quote. This offers the option to pull any or all of the information that you just entered on the prospect into the quote.